Though you see lots of ingredients on the table, this is not a very complicated recipe. I'm going to show you how to do spinach and ricotta sunshine pie. For this recipe I'm using 500 grams bread flour or plain flour, 90 milliliters olive oil, a teaspoon of baking powder, 200 milliliters water with about 10 grams salt. So that's for the pie, and I'm going to do the filling with 500 grams ricotta and 400 grams spinach. I added boiling water onto the fresh spinach and I squeezed out the water. It's the best way to get green color spinach than boiling it or steaming it. So about 2 tablespoons parsley with a bit of green chilies. If you don't like to add any, you can omit this totally. 1 egg, about half a cup of breadcrumbs. Always spinach and ricotta gives a bit of water, so I really want to add a bit of breadcrumbs. That way it won't give any water. The breadcrumbs absorbs all the water. And about 100 grams Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. So let's start doing this. First, let's do the filling. So add the chopped thawed spinach into a bowl, and into that add the egg, and then chilies and parsley. If you don't want to add any, just omit that. Salt and pepper according to your taste. The cheese and ricotta, and leaving 2 tablespoons breadcrumbs outside at the rest. So I'm going to leave this outside. I'll show you why I'm keeping that ahead. And mix it nice and well and leave it aside, so that way the breadcrumbs will absorb all the extra water and make it stiff. Now let's do the pie crust. For that I'm going to add the flour into a mixing bowl, then the salt and the oil. Now add a teaspoon of baking powder and mix it well. So make sure to add the water bit by bit and make the dough smooth, and keep on mixing about 2 to 3 minutes. So the dough is ready. Now I'm going to take it out and make the pie. So after, cut the dough into 2 equal parts. Take one part out and roll it nice and well, and using a rolling pin, roll this to a circular shape about 30 centimeters in diameter. When you are rolling it, make sure that you add a bit of flour to both sides, and using the rolling pin, roll it nice and thin too. Don't make it very thick, then it becomes like rock hard. After rolling it, it will look like this. Put it on the baking paper and then start doing the other one. So now take a bowl like this and fill that with spinach and ricotta mix. So after, you put it upside down onto the middle of the, now leaving that bowl as a guide, you leave it like this, and then take the leftover spinach and make sure to go all the way around the pastry like this. After, wet your hands and make sure to sprinkle some more breadcrumbs around and on top of the spinach and ricotta mix. That way it absorbs all the other extra water. So just press it nice and well to the same height, starting from one end to the other. Now take the other half, take this out and put it on top. So you can just drag the pastry to the other corner without a problem. So to guide this again, press it from the fingers like this and put the ball in. Now press the ends nice and well using your fingertips. You can always drag this pastry and lay it on the other pastry, so that way it seals properly. Take a pasta cutter or a knife and just cut it as a circle. So take the ends out, and that way it will look like this. If you have time, you can always drag this and cut it into pieces and put a nice decoration on top. Now you need to press like this. If it is very high, you can press like this and make sure it's nice tight here, so that way it separates this from this side. So if there are any air bubbles, you can always pinch and get the air out. Don't leave any air inside. So now use a fork to seal the ends the same way as we did the ends, like this. When you are pressing the fork, always press it and just drag it like this. That way it seals the pie properly and gives a nice look, and the end of the pie too. So I'm doing it for the second time now. To get the air bubbles out, you can just break the pie like this around the spinach round. Even this you can prick a little bit and get the air bubbles out. Now we need to cut the pie to make it looks like a sunflowers. For that, first cut it from the middle like this. Again goes like this and cut it into quarters. Then goes like this, cut it into quarters. Now cut each part into 4 or 6, the way you like. So after cutting the pie, make sure to brush with eggs like this. So cover the whole pie with the egg wash. I'm going to sprinkle some pumpkin seeds on. You can add sunflower seeds or any other seeds on top of the pie too. At this point you need to preheat the ovens to 200 Celsius, and now turn it over like this in 90 degrees. Always make sure that you do it in the same way, the same direction, like this. So now it's ready. Now I'm going to bake this on 200 Celsius about 30 minutes or until golden brown. So I finished making the spinach and ricotta sunflower pie, and this is how it looks like. This is a really nice soft bread that you can try for a party or for dinner or for some special occasions, and you can pull apart this bread without a problem. So to get the recipe and tips, visit my blog. Thank you for watching.